Welcome to EduRev. We're about to dive into Class 10 Maths, and I know, it can feel like a huge mountain to climb. But what if I told you there's a clear, simple path to the top? That's exactly what we are going to map out together right now. My goal here is to be your guide and give you a solid plan. And this isn't just any plan. Nope. This is built on the exact strategies that top scoring students use, making sure every single minute you spend studying actually counts towards that final board exam score. I get it. That feeling of looking at a huge syllabus, all those tricky questions, and the pressure just building up. It's totally normal. But trust me, we're about to take that feeling of anxiety and replace it with a rock solid, confident plan, one step at a time. And here's exactly how we are going to do it. First, we'll crack the code of the exam pattern. Then, we'll build your study toolkit, master the art of practice, and finally, get you totally prepped to walk in and own that exam day. Sound good? Let's jump in. Okay, first things first. You can't win the game if you don't know the rules, right? So, our very first step is to get to know the CBSE Class 10 Maths exam pattern like the back of your hand. So, your paper is worth a total of 80 marks and it's split into 5 different sections. It kicks off with 21-mark multiple choice questions. After that, you've got your short answers, long answers, and you finish up with 3 of those case-based questions. Just understanding this layout is honestly the first secret to managing your time like a pro. Now, this is where it gets really strategic. Where are the marks actually hiding? Well, take a look at that. Algebra. It carries a massive 20 marks. That's a full quarter of your entire paper right there. This is so important because it tells you exactly where to focus your energy for the biggest payoff. After you've nailed algebra, your next big targets should be geometry, trigonometry, and then statistics. Next up, you have a really important choice to make: basic or standard maths. Now, the syllabus is exactly the same for both, but the difficulty level is different. Here's the simple way to decide. If you have absolutely no plans to take maths after class 10, go for basic. But if you love maths and you know you want to study it in class 11 and 12, then standard maths is the one you have to choose. Alright, now that we know the rules of the game, it's time to get our gear together. These are the absolute non-negotiable things you'll need to prepare for success. Let me be completely 100% clear about this. Your entire preparation journey starts and ends with one book, the NCERT textbook. It is your single most important resource. Mastering this book is the foundation for everything. So here's your 3-step action plan. Step 1. Master the NCERT book. That means solving every single example and every exercise, probably more than once. Step 2. After you finish a chapter, you grab the NCERT exemplar. It's fantastic for practicing MCQs, and that's a whole 20 marks we talked about. And step 3. Create your own formula book. Seriously, the act of writing them down yourself helps burn them into your memory, and it makes last-minute revision so easy. Okay, so knowing all the concepts is only half the story. The real trick, the real skill, is turning what you know into actual marks on the paper. And that's all about strategic practice and revision. This right here is one of the biggest secrets from the students who score the highest marks. In maths, your final answer is just one small piece of the puzzle. The person checking your paper is looking at your method, your logic, how you present your work, and they give you marks for each correct step along the way. And this slide just shows it perfectly. Look on the left. That's a topper's answer sheet. See how clear that structure is? Given, to prove, and then the proof. Now, Look over at the official marking scheme on the right. You can literally see how marks are broken down and given for each individual step. This is exactly why practicing how you write your answer is just as crucial as getting the final answer right. So in those critical last 3 months before the exam, your entire focus needs to shift. You need to be solving sample papers and past year papers under strict exam conditions. I mean, time yourself. This is how you figure out the best order to attack the sections for you. Then, get those papers checked by a teacher to find out where you're making mistakes. And a big one, always, always start your revision with the chapters you find the hardest. It builds so much confidence. You've put in months and months of hard work. Now, let's make sure it all pays off. We need to make sure you're at your absolute peak on the day of the exam. Okay, the day before the exam is for one thing, getting your mind right. It is not for cramming. Do not, under any circumstances, try to learn a new topic. It's only going to stress you out. Your only job is to stay calm and confident. And maybe most importantly, get a full 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Your brain desperately needs that rest to lock in everything you've learned. On the big day, you've got to fuel up with a good, healthy breakfast. Use that 15 minutes of reading time they give you to plan your attack. Which questions will you do first? As you're writing, show every single step and put a nice box around your final answer. And here's a little pro tip that can save you marks. If you ever get stuck on a question, at least write down the correct formula. You can often get partial marks just for that. Phew! We've covered a lot of ground. So let's bring it all home and quickly summarize your complete action plan for absolutely acing Class 10 Math. Here it is, your 4-step path to success. Number 1. Understand the exam pattern and know which chapters are worth the most marks. 2. Make the NCERT textbook your absolute best friend and create that super important formula book. 3. Always, always practice writing your answers with clear, logical steps. And 4. In the final stretch, solve as many past papers as you possibly can under real exam conditions. Following this plan is your most direct path to getting the score you want. And to help you with every single step we've just talked about, you've got the EduRev app.